Reading for January 3rd. Science of Mind, A Philosophy, a Faith, a Way of Life by Ernest Holmes. Reading from page 236, paragraph 3, through page 238, paragraph 2, using inclusive language. Removing the complex. Suppose someone is constantly saying, everything is all wrong in the world. People are wrong. Things are wrong. Conditions are wrong. All is sickness and unhappiness. Nothing seems worthwhile. You, as a practitioner, must not be disturbed by this complaint. It is your business to remove this complex, for these inner emotions create outer conditions in and through the body, and are responsible for a great deal of sickness in the world. Treatment straightens out consciousness by clear thinking. When the inner consciousness agrees with the truth, then, and not until then, a demonstration takes place. Specifically, go over the thoughts which are wrong and use the power of your word to heal them. Medical practice takes into consideration the thoughts back of disease, and many eminent physicians probe deeply into the complex, the obsession, or the defense mechanism disclosed by the thought of the patient, which resulted in blindness, deafness, mutism, etc. In spiritual mind healing, we recognize that cause is never material or physical. There is only one first cause, but it is often necessary for the practitioner to diagnose the thought of their patient. In fact, this is an important point in healing. This is psychoanalysis, from psyche or soul. Psychoanalysis is the analysis of the soul or subjective mind. Its teaching is that within the soul or subjective mind, all the seeds of our thoughts fall, and that most of humanity's physical troubles are caused by some inner conflict. The conscious mind, desiring certain things which it cannot have, sends into the subjective thought opposing desires which conflict with each other and mentally tear or bind. And as they manifest in the body, they produce disease. It is claimed that 70% of all diseases are the result of suppressed emotions. These emotions are not necessarily sex emotions, but may be any suppressed desires. It is probable that when Jesus forgave the man his sins, he realized that the man had a complex of condemnation within himself. The sense of condemnation which the race holds about itself weighs it down, and it must be removed. This explains why Jesus said, "Thy sins be forgiven thee." It is feeling that hurts. It has been said, life is a comedy to the one who thinks, a tragedy to the one who feels. We recognize that everything is in mind and that nothing moves but mind, that intelligence is back of everything, acting through a thought force which is concrete, definite, and real. The reason people do not realize that mental healing is possible is that they do not understand the meaning of causation. They do not realize that intelligence is back of all things, that there is but one fundamental intelligence in the universe, and that the individual is simply a point where this one mind manifests as person. Disease must come through thought in order to operate through us. There is but one subjective mind in the universe, and we are always thinking into it. The practitioner talks with their patient, explains to them the law of mind, teaches them the way, diagnoses their thought, points out to them that certain mental attitudes produce certain physical results, teaches them how to be harmonious in their thinking, how to be peace, how to trust and believe in the good. In other words, the practitioner lifts them up mentally and spiritually and supports their thought until they can stand alone. A practitioner must be filled with the spirit of divine compassion. They must have a deep, underlying sense of unity and sympathy, else they will do but little good. But they must not have sympathy with the disease. The only guarantee of our divinity is in its expression through our humanity. Consequently, an enlightened soul understands the meaning of sympathy and exercises it, but not morbidly.